What's up, everybody? You're watching Hearthstone for Noobs, and we do have the first match of our first ever Brawl tournament. This one looks like it's going to be pretty fun. I'm not sure if we have a full 8 players tonight yet, so we might just only have a few matches for this little series. But yeah, we're playing best out of 3. It's 2 out of 3 with the same deck because it's Brawl, so you can't actually make more than one deck. So yeah, I figure we'll just play kind of like hero elimination style, and because it's such an interesting one, I figure we'll also let the players change decks. If they do win their match, I'm going to give them the option to change up decks if they choose. It won't take them long to make a new one, I'm sure. Maybe that won't be the case. I think people will be confident with the decks that they build. But our first match here, we have Kenny versus PatentGecko, and Gecko comes out on a start with a Reckless Rocketeer. He actually has some fun-looking cards in hand, and I don't know. I mean, here we go. Mage has got Rag. Kenny's got Rag, and he's going to throw it down. I think he hopes it hits the Rocketeer, though, at this point. And he's going to play a Mech Warper. Oh, wow. And he gets out the mirror images. What a huge start. I don't know. Now I don't even know. I mean, we can see that Gecko has charge in his hand, and we'll be able to erase both of the mirror images. Unfortunately, that's about all he's going to be able to do, and losing any of his creatures on the next turn. Okay, so the thing is he won't. Yeah, he needs to give charge to the ogre, and he's still going to lose. He's still going to lose the what is she called again? The Reckless Rocketeer. That's right. Another card we really don't see a lot. I call her Ghetto Leroy Jenkins. That's why I always forget what she's called. Wow, I thought he was going to lose it to the Mech Warper, but instead Blast Mage takes care of him. And Kenny has now officially dumped his hand, but I think he's really far ahead of Gecko right now. And Ragnaros, yeah, clearing the board makes it really hard. Fortunately, Gecko has an answer for Rag. Unfortunately, beyond that, I just don't see what else he can do to win this match. And this is the funny thing also about tonight's tournament is the Brawl this week, as you can see, is start the game with 10 mana. And that just means people get to go nuts. And it really is down, I think, to who gets the best combination of starting cards in their hand. And then Kenny is showing here that it possibly could be better to have some lower attack things in your hand because... or lower mana cost things in your hand like creep minions, because it makes it easier to get like your board a little busier and possibly do a little bit better work. And I think this will just about do it. Let's see here. He can't heroic strike and play the Stormwind Champion and armor up. And we see that 10 damage, 11 with the ping. So it's just kind of there's no way around it here. Even when he kills something, it means that, yeah, that'll do it. So Gecko loses the first game. Unlucky, buddy. And good job, Kenny, with the crazy little bit of mech synergy just to run out there. And a very odd Baron Geddon. I guess he probably has Piloted Shredders in this deck. So as we get ready to go into the next one, hopefully this all works pretty smoothly today with the Brawl. And it looks like we're getting into it. Alright, now can Gecko pull one back here? What does he need to have the absolute best start against all possible mage openings, considering what he's seen? And I think he's asking himself that right now. And I think possibly, knowing that he can't see Kenny's hand, might have been good to keep Arcanite Reaper just based on the idea that he had actually seen a number of minions in Kenny's hand in the last game that he would actually be able to kill with Arcanite Reaper. So interesting that he tosses it back there, and I think he's hoping for just a really, really strong starting hand. And that's not the worst. Anytime I think in this spot card draw is probably good, and we might though see the same opening as we saw last time. He's going to draw and see if he gets something better. I think you have to play. I think you have to play on curve there. I think you may as well just throw down the War Golem or the Core Hound, you know. But instead, he goes with Boulderfist Giant, and it is still like a real big body with excellent health stat. So looks like Kenny's thinking about Nefarian. Yep, he's going to go ahead and throw that down, and let's see what spells he picks up. Oh, that one is interesting, and that one, I mean, you know, it works. And there's a Clockwork Gnome, so even though he plays Nefarian on turn 1, he also manages to get out like a little 1-drop. That's pretty hilarious. And down comes Lord of the Arena. Just maybe slow this attack up a little bit. And looks like Staxwell's checked in here too, so we're getting there. So once again, Kenny is taking a pretty commanding lead, and that Rampage is just serious on Nefarian. Although, look at this. Warrior drawing into Execute will help, that's for sure. And I think he's going to be able to armor up and get out the 7/7, so that's a pretty good response. Now, we see in Kenny's hand a card that is just going to infuriate Gecko here. And, yeah, I think it's pretty much game over. And there you go, Kel'Thuzad. Harsh. He even has a coin. He can play a bunch of spells on top of this. And he gets out the freezing coolant. That's pretty crazy. The fact that he didn't actually kill the giant, though, I mean, you could have just killed the giant and got your Goblin Blast Mages back. Gecko's going to draw here. There's just nothing really that's going to take care of Kel'Thuzad. Unless he hits it. No, even if he hits it with a cleave, he can't with the Reckless Rocketeer. It would have never worked. So there you go. Looks like Kenny's going to probably take this one. Although he's starting to run low on minions, he's going to be able to keep replenishing them, provided Kel'Thuzad stays on the board. And I guess he just doesn't want to slow his attack at all, in the sense of just missing any turns of damage. So it looks like he's going to try and remove the War Golem a little more cheaply here, possibly just with the Sorcerer's Apprentice, so he can continue to put. That's like 16 more damage to the face with his existing minions. He'll obviously get her back, and now with that secret in place, I mean, it is just good night. Well, I mean, this does give Gecko like a little bit of hope, because now he'll be able to take out Kel'Thuzad and still have just, will he have enough health? We see him on 19, losing 6. Yeah, I mean, it's still not really enough, is it? No. And that'll do it. So Kenny will take the first match versus Gecko. And unlucky, sir, but we hope to see you soon in another one.